Right now at 6, after 40 years, he's facing justice.
This is a case involving extreme violence.
The man accused of murdering a traveling salesman all the way back in 1985 makes his first court appearance. Tonight, WLWT investigates the evidence found decades ago, how it ties in to the latest arrest. Plus, happening now, a 37-story building at risk of collapsing in New York City. Multiple blocks evacuated after steel structural beams buckle and bend. The dangerous mission to get it stabilized before it falls.
You're not likely to see rain every day, but the chance is there. So as humidity stays high, I'll let you know which day this week is likely impacted the greatest from showers and thunderstorms.
This is WLWT News 5, leading the way with breaking news.
And that breaking news, a rape victim is suing the University of Cincinnati nearly 3 years after she was attacked inside an off-campus dorm. Thanks for being here at 6. I'm Mike Dardis.
And good evening to you. I'm Cherie Palillo. So that victim was a freshman at the time, assigned by UC to the Deacon apartment building along Straight Street. Back in 2023, Kadarius Short snuck into the complex pretending to be an employee, robbing and sexually assaulting the victim before he was later arrested. The victim is now suing UC and UGO, which owns the building, accusing them of knowingly ignoring lax security. The victim and her family plan to hold a news conference tomorrow. Of course, we will have it covered for you.
Also breaking overseas, the United States military says it is launching strikes on Iran following Tehran's attacks on commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz earlier today. The Trump administration reimposing sanctions on Iranian oil sales because of the country's continued attacks, he says, on commercial ships. Iran has claimed those ships were violating rules it set for approved transit. All of this coming nearly 3 weeks to the day both sides signed that peace deal agreeing to reopening the straits. Well, a murder inside a Warren County hotel room, a victim's car found in Florida, personal items recovered in Georgia.
And now, more than 40 years later, an arrest. Today, the man accused of killing a traveling salesman faced a judge. Our WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson live for us in Lebanon tonight with details from our archives that you'll see only here on WLWT. Hi, Karen.
Hey, Cherie. You know, this homicide took place in 1985, and today I spent some time going through WLWT's archives, and one piece of evidence that we shared with you back then really stood out to me. I tried to print them. It is a business card that was collected at the scene, actually in Georgia, with his belongings, belonged to the victim. But on the back of the business card, two names, one of them McAllister, and that happens to be the name of the defendant.
Randy McAllister.
A courtroom moment more than 4 decades in the making.
An indictment has been filed charging you with count 1 aggravated murder.
On October 16th, 1985, 44-year-old John Warren checked into the Holiday Inn in Middletown. The traveling salesman was in town for work. By the next morning, he was dead.
I will let the court know this is a case involving extreme violence. The victim was killed. He was beaten to death and strangled with a ligature.
After the killing, Warren's belongings were scattered across several states. His car was found in Florida, and in Dalton, Georgia, police found some of Warren's property dumped behind a Cracker Barrel. News coverage from 1985 helped capture both the brutality of the case and the life Warren left behind. One newspaper story described Warren as a devoted father of 5, with the youngest child just 3 years old. Among the evidence from that time, a business card belonging to Warren. Written on the back, 2 names, David McAllister and Charles Walters. Next to McAllister's name, the number 21. Now, 4 decades later, a man with the same last name is charged. 62-year-old Randy McAllister of Columbus, who would have been about 21 years old at the time of the murder.
What is his plea?
Not guilty, Judge.
During McAllister's arraignment, prosecutors asked for a $1 million bond. The defense wanted a lower one.
These are mere allegations at this point, and they're also 40 years old.
After 40 years, a case once frozen in archive video and old clippings is now moving forward in court.
And today, Judge Robert Peeler ended up setting bond at $500,000, no 10%. I know one question members of the public keep asking me: how did detectives connect McAllister now to the crime? I can tell you in 2019, detectives with the Warren County Sheriff's Office decided to take another look, and they submitted some of the items collected to a crime lab, and here we are now with an indictment. Reporting live in Lebanon tonight, Karen Johnson, WLWT News 5.
Karen, I know the prosecutor said that there was an accomplice who has since died. Any idea if that's the Charles Walters whose name was also written on the back of that victim's business card?
Yeah, you know, Cherie, that's one thing I'm wondering also. There is another image that was shared with us back in the day that has another image with also the name Chuck written on it. I shared it on my social media. I asked the prosecutor here, David Fornshell, if he could release the name of the second person, but he said at this time that name is not being released. So right now, we just do not know.
All right, Karen Johnson on the case. Appreciate the update all these years, all these decades later. Also tonight, a shooting near a Metro bus stop in Cincinnati's West End, sending one person to the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
As officers spent hours investigating near the corner of Lynn and Liberty, neighbors say the violence is part of a troubling pattern that they're seeing. WLWT News 5's Todd Dykes live outside police headquarters with the very latest on this for us. Hi, Todd.
Hi, Mike and Tree. Despite no indication of an arrest, police say there is no active threat to the public in the wake of this morning's gun violence. And even so, people who live near the crime scene there in the West End or here in the West End say this incident is the latest reminder of just how familiar gun violence has become. Moments before Cincinnati police officers raced to this bus stop near the corner of Lynn and Liberty Street, neighbors say they heard the sound of gunfire. Describe what happened.
Well, I was coming out of the shower and I heard gunshots. Boom, boom, boom.
Officers say they found a person suffering from a gunshot wound. The victim, who was apparently hit by bullets while getting off a Metro Route 16 bus, was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Investigators spent hours at the scene in the West End, focusing much of their attention on the bus. Police have not released the victim's identity and say there's no suspect information available right now. They also say there's no active threat to the public.
This is sad. I just send my prayers out.
For neighbors who live nearby, today's shooting is a painful example of violence they say has become far too common.
You get used to hearing it. You know, in this neighborhood, you get used to hearing it.
For Donald Adams, today's incident is heartbreaking and personal. He said he was shot in the arm 2 years ago.
Coming from church on a Sunday, going through there, two guys shooting that way. It hit me here and came out my shoulder.
Now, Adams and his neighbors are coming to terms with what could end up being a case of deadly gun violence.
I'm like, wow, man, these guys need to put down guns and pick up a Bible. Get some real focus, because this is really sad. This got to stop.
Now, no word from police at this point as to what may have prompted today's shooting and whether or not detectives have identified a suspect in this case. We will certainly keep you posted with new developments. For now, reporting live tonight outside police headquarters in the West End, Todd Dykes, WLWT News 5.
All right, Todd, thank you.